Hi, and thank you for your question. This is another great question because it involves looking at our reactants and solving for the product, making sure that we have the right subscripts, and then balancing out this equation. So what we're given is we're given the metal gallium and the non-metal chlorine. Chlorine has a subscript of 2, which means that we have 2 chlorine atoms coming together, which is true for chlorine when it's in gas form because it is a diatomic molecule. It's part of that Hoff-Brinkel group of elements that when, I forgot the N in here, that when they occur by themselves in a gas form, they are going to have the subscript of 2 because 2 of them will link up and bond together. So chlorine is one of those, and that's why there's a 2 here. Gallium doesn't have a subscript. It's just a single atom floating around as a solid. And then we're going to put them together. So I'm going to do that right now. We'll have the product of gallium and chlorine together. So that's going to be gallium chloride. And we have to decide how many atoms are coming together for this. You might have wanted to have brought the 2 over from the chlorine, but you don't do that when you create a new compound. It was a diatomic atom over here. It will be something different here because there's only a unique ratio that chlorine and gallium will come together with. And how you figure that out is by their charges. So chlorine is in group 7, so that means it's going to have a negative charge because it's a non-metal and it has a negative charge of 1. Gallium is a metal, so it's a positive charge, and if you look on your periodic table, it's all the way over in group 3, past the transition metals actually, and that means it has a charge of positive 3. So when gallium and chlorine come together, if you bring these down and cross them over, it's 3 chlorine to every 1 gallium. And that's because the charges have to neutralize when they come together. So if we have 1 gallium at positive 3 and 3 chlorines at negative 1, 3 times negative 1 gives us negative 3, and positive 3 and negative 3 will cancel each other out. So that's the first thing, is to get your subscripts for the gallium chloride formula. Now once I have those, I can go ahead and balance. I'm just going to remove the superscripts there just so that we clear this up a little bit more. Okay, so gallium chlorine 3. Now when I go to balance, I do my metals before my nonmetals, and I'm going to count up each side. So on my reactant side, I have 1 gallium and I have 2 chlorine, and on my product side, I have 1 gallium and I have 3 chlorine. My galliums are already balanced, so I need to balance my chlorines. When I have 3 chlorine here and 2 chlorine here and I'm trying to balance them, the easiest thing to do is to think of a number that both will go into, which is 6. So I can put a 3 here. 3 times 2 gives me 6. I can put a 2 here. 2 times 3 gives me 6. Now I've balanced them out, and that's where the 3 and the 2 come from in that equation. Now I have to balance my galliums because that 2 means that I now have 2 galliums and only 1 gallium over here. So I'm going to put a 2 there. Now I have 2 galliums on the reactant side, 2 galliums on the product side, 6 chlorines on the reactant side, and 6 chlorines on the product side. And there you have it. So lots of different pieces that you need to understand in order to do this problem. So it's a great one. It involves everything. Thanks for your question. Bye for now.